Also this segment that we do is a house show horror story. It's a little segment we do. So what is like a memory that stands out for you at a house show that everything that could have went wrong went wrong?
Huh. This is something that I must ponder. Hold on a moment. Huh. See, I don't even know if you would consider this a horror story, but we played this show in Philly at this place called the Sound Hall. And we played that show with Greg Mendez, and Greg Mendez is really cool. In Greg's band, it's Greg writes incredible songs. Just released a record called Cherry Hill, unbelievable album. And Ian Farmer was in that band, and Evan Bernard from the band The Super Weeks is in that band. And we played a show at the Sound Hall, and in the middle of Greg's set or our set, in the middle of Greg's set, the power went out and everybody had to go outside, and it was like this big what to do for everybody to come inside and get the power back on. But once the power came back on, we went up to play our set, and we went to go play one of our songs called At Least for Now, and I think I may sneeze. Excuse me. Thank you. And at the end of our song At Least for Now, I take my guitar off and I run into the crowd, and then I have Andrew, Colin, and Kyle play the song because Colin sings it, and then I just go start this crazy pit. And this kid, Sean, he's in a band called Wine Moms that we went on tour with. I ran into the crowd for a mosh pit, and I punched him in the face really hard by accident, and he got up and he was so bloody, and I didn't knock his tooth out, but it was really close, and I felt really, really bad about it because it was a total accident. But from the power going out and then me totally
assaulting someone. That's incredible.
Yeah. Thanks. What about you?
Oh man, I've got a fair share.
Yeah, right.
That's what I've had a couple where we showed up to a show. It wasn't necessarily a house show, but showed up and the promoter was like, "Hey, all the local bands dropped, and so it's just you guys tonight." And so nobody really shows up. And so he's like, "Well, you guys can just play to me." And we're like, "All right, well, I guess we'll have practice."
Yeah.
It was.
Yeah, you told me that in January.
Yeah, that was a really weird one. One time I accidentally took an edible. Not accidentally. Yeah. I took it, knowing what it was. But I didn't know how hard it was going to hit. And it was the first. Yeah. It was our third show ever. And it was when we played with Charmer, and we had to play after them after they had just put on a killer set, and and I just made a total ass of myself that night. I was like, it was not fun.
You guys get through the songs?
Oh yeah, we got through the songs, but there was parts definitely where we struggled.
Yeah.
But it was also our third show ever, so we didn't quite have the chemistry there yet for the stage banter. Yeah. And so we're trying new stage banter and it's not working. And I'm like, oh. So that was that was a weird time.
That show at 420 College.
Yeah, that was a great show.
That was so fun.
So that was the last show that we played together, and it was at the Greenhouse in Muncie. That's what the address is, 420 College Avenue. And that was on the poster, and you texted me the day. I'd be like, "Yo, so where's the show?" I was like, 420 College Avenue. You're like, "No, for real." I was like, 420 College Avenue. And you're like, "That's the actual address?" I'm like, "Yes."
Yeah, that was I didn't believe it because people always on show flyers they'll be like, "Oh, 69 Mary Jane Lane," and I was like,
"Yeah,
okay, where's the show really?"
Yeah, no, that was the actual address of that venue.
Unbelievable.
That was such a fun show. It was so fun. It was Uncle Muscle, us, you guys, In the Water, which was the first time I had heard of them, and they blew it out of the park. And then Summer Brews, and that was
a great show.
That was one of the most fun shows I've ever played, without a doubt.
Oh, me too, by far. We, our friend Santo, who came on tour with us and recorded a tour documentary and stuff. He posted
that was great
from that show.
Yeah, I've watched that. He was an awesome guy too. That's what because you guys all came over and stayed at my place after that gig, and that was definitely one of my favorite shows I've ever played.
What was that pizza place called? Vin's or something?
Cousin Vinny's.
Cousin Vinny's. Oh, that's close.
Cousin Vinny's in Muncie. They got the big meal deal. He got the large one topping, breadsticks, and 2 drinks for $12.99.
$12.99.
Yep.
2 drinks, like what kind of, like what size?
Like here, I'll go grab the cup.
Do it.
They're great. However big this is, like, is it going to show?
Yeah.
So it's a decent sized cup.
Yeah, it is.
So,
That's
yeah, that was like the go-to college.
Oh.
Like you're drunk at 2. Like they would be open till like 3:30 for delivery on the weekends. And so anytime you're like, I'm trashed and I need Cousin Vinny's. This is a funny story. One time I got so trashed that I fell asleep and passed out before the delivery guy got there. And I had already paid for it. So he just left it on my porch. And the next morning I went out and there was pizza on my porch. I was like, yeah, all right.
You ate it for breakfast?
Oh yeah. I ate that for breakfast for sure. Hungover as hell. Classic.
That is incredible. That was good pizza. That show was so much fun. And you know what's crazy? That was only like 4 months ago, and now the whole world has changed.
Yeah, that was like that was one of the I want to say like the 4th to last show we ever played before all this quarantine stuff hit.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but no one else who I'd rather have played that show with. That was an outstanding show. Stan. That was Stan's first show with playing with Honeybee Well.
Yeah.
And they had never practiced with us. And I ran them through the set upstairs in the bedroom before we went down and played. And that was a great show for sure.
They killed that because I remember they had like some pretty killer solos in that set.
Yeah, you're telling me. Stan is like the one person I can trust when I'm like,
oh, yeah.
I know you'll figure it out. So.
Yeah.
Hey, thanks for watching Gear Over Beer. Make sure to like this video and subscribe. If you'd like to support this show, make sure to subscribe to our Patreon for additional content like the video version of this podcast.